Running out of money while living in an assisted living or memory care community by Mary Copeland. According to Genworth Financial, the national median cost of assisted living facilities in 2021 was $4,500 per month, or $54,000 annually in the United States, typically more than your monthly Social Security check can cover. When residents living in an assisted living or memory care community run out of money and cannot afford to pay the monthly rates, yes, a care home can evict a resident who can no longer afford to pay. Most assisted living communities are for-profit companies. A bed in an assisted living facility is valuable when filled and is a financial drain on the company's cash flow if empty or occupied by a non-paying resident. Unfortunately, if you or a loved one is a resident in an assisted living or memory care community and you run out of money or funding and you have no plan B in place, it is unlikely the facility itself will be able to show compassion or understanding for your financial situation. That's why it's so important to choose an assisted living facility or nursing home that you can afford now. And in the future, if your resources, savings, family contributions, etc., should change. If you or a loved one is considering moving into an assisted living or memory care community, you must do your due diligence. It is imperative that you read all the contracts, policies, including dismissals or evictions, and any specific policies that are in place for residents who cannot pay suddenly. Finding yourself in this situation can be challenging and may vary depending on the specific policies of the community and the laws in the region. So make sure you are well versed before signing any contracts. Let's look at some possible scenarios should you find yourself in this dire financial situation. Family support. In some cases, the family of the resident may step in to provide financial support. They may try to find a way to cover the cost temporarily or seek alternative solutions to support their loved one. Oftentimes, the sons or daughters are sandwiched between caring for aging parents and their own younger kids, all while juggling work and their own finances if they move their loved ones into their home. Transition to Medicaid as an option. Medicaid covers some cost of assisted living for residents who qualify should their financial situation change. If they are eligible for Medicaid benefits, this can help cover the cost of assisted living or memory care. However, the facility must be licensed for Medicaid for this to be an option. Not all communities offer Medicaid beds, meaning most are private pay and don't take Medicaid as payment. Insurance as an option. Most medical and disability insurance policies, including Medicare, don't cover long-term care, which is why you need a separate long-term care, LTC, insurance policy. LTC premiums vary by age, gender, and the type of plan and carrier you choose. Get the facts and make sure you know how your coverage works. Most long-term care insurers require that the policyholder needs assistance with at least 2-day ADLs. Those are activities of daily living before they can receive benefits. Some life insurance policies have a cash out value that may be used toward long-term care expenses. An accelerated death benefit, ADB, allows a life insurance policy owner to receive a portion of their death benefit from their insurance company in advance of their death. In most cases, the policy holder must be terminally ill, usually with a life expectancy of 2 or fewer years. When shopping around for insurance, ask questions about the different policies and if any can be used prior to your death to help cover your long-term care expenses. Arrangements with the community. Some communities have policies in place to accommodate residents who can no longer afford to pay full cost. They may have sliding scale payment options or temporary waivers to help residents during financial difficulties. When touring a community, ask what their policies are pertaining to a resident finding themselves short on funds. Relocation, if there are no feasible solutions within the current community, the resident may need to relocate to a facility that offers lower cost care or subsidized options. This could be a different assisted living or memory care community, or in some cases, a nursing home. Government assistance programs. Depending on the country or state, there might be other government assistance programs or charitable organizations that can provide support to seniors in financial need. If the resident is a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, investigate aid and attendance. This is a need-based benefit offered to eligible veterans by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Resident agreement. The resident's initial agreement with the community must specify what happens if they can no longer afford the services. It's essential to review the contract to understand the terms and conditions fully. Personal resources and assets. The residents may have personal resources or assets that can be used to cover some of the expenses. They may need to work with financial advisors to explore their options. Seeking legal advice. In complex situations, it might be beneficial to seek legal advice to understand the resident's rights and options. Ask to speak to your local ombudsman. A long-term care ombudsman is a government official who oversees nursing homes and assisted living facilities. These government officials visit facilities, investigate complaints, and advocate on behalf of residents. Assisted living and memory care communities generally provide information about their pricing, services, and any financial assistance options available. It's your job, though, to ask the questions and get the answers you need to make an informed decision. It's of utmost importance for families to plan for long-term care and explore potential financial challenges ahead of time. Finding oneself in a financial shortfall is a stressful situation. It's even worse should the resident have dementia or Alzheimer's, as this is already a traumatic and confusing experience for them. All families should carefully examine their financial capabilities and discuss contingencies to ensure that their loved ones receive the necessary care without facing undue financial hardship.